What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. In today's video, we're going to be doing a bunch of shard pulls here. The Summon Rush event has just started for the Titus Fusion. Now, this is the second Summon Rush in this fusion. We just had one over the weekend. I skipped the one over the weekend, basically looking forward towards this second Summon Rush, because usually in the second Summon Rush, the higher threshold gives you better value for your shards. And in this case, we were basically bang on with our prediction. 3,000 for the first 25 fragments, and then 5,500 for the next 25, basically giving you a small discount of 500 points or one sacred shard to get the 50 fragments here. So in the end, it worked out really well for us. What else worked out really well for us is that there's actually a 1+1 event going on for ancient shards right now, which means you get a extra legendary if you pull a legendary from a ancient shard. So we have that going on, as well as this kind of weakish progressive event that's going on right now. The progressive event is not too valuable for me. It's just there if you're targeting any kind of those champions. This Summon Rush looks pretty good. We got 2 mythical books, we got relics in here as well, and we got a big stone. Pretty expensive, like obviously 10,000 points is not easy to get. I don't really max out these Summon Rushes too often. I still like to conserve my shards. But I think today on both my accounts, I will max out this Summon Rush. We have the shards, and this is a decent event enough, and there's multiple events happening. Hopefully we don't have to pull like a million ancient shards to get our 1+1. But for example, my alt here, we have 58 sacred shards, so I think it's time to spend some of it. We'll spend some of the ancient shards as well. Now, looking ahead, we do have a champion chase on the weekend. I think I probably will still participate in the champion chase, just because we're going to be able to pull 3 of our goms out. So that's 1,050 points. As well, we'll probably have some remnant summons as well. So it won't be too difficult for me to do at least a little bit for a champion chase. So getting the extra fragment here in the second Summon Rush gives me a little bit of flexibility on an event to skip maybe later in the future. I don't have that many gems on this account, so I'm kind of like thinking about maybe the third or the last dungeon diver I might skip just to save a little bit of gems. There's likely going to be an event immediately after the fusion, so I would like to keep some gems going into that one. But wherever I can, I will, spend my shards to get some extra points, so I don't have to lean so hard into my gems on this account. Now, the other thing is we do have this Greyco's Deck of Fate event happening right now. It's Soulstones and Dungeon Diving. Not the best, not easy to complete. But if you're going for the Deck of Fate, there is a big stone here at the very end. So it does, give you back a little bit in exchange for pulling shards. So effectively, you're basically pulling shards for your Deck of Fate, kind of, if you think about it like that way. But in any case, let's pull our ancients first. Let's see how long it takes us to get the 1+1. We don't have boosted rates or anything, so it's only 0.5% chance at getting a legendary. I think my mercy is relatively low. It's not like at fresh. It's not fresh, but it's relatively low. Just gonna double check which empowerment I'm looking for. I'm not particularly keen on any of those champions in the progressive, but we'll focus on the faction guardians, if any. All right, so for my alt account, I'm probably going to pick Kyoku here just to build up my Shadowkin faction guardians. I do have a copy of her, so that's going to go right in there. And yeah, let's start pulling here. All right, best of luck. We got some space. 1+1. So if we pull a Lego, we get an extra one. Let's see here. It's going to be a lot of blues. It's going to be a lot of blues here. Let's see what we got. Don't mind pulling some ancient shards on this account. Ancient shards are generally pretty easy to get for endgame players. Ooh, lots of blues. Let's see how many it takes. Hopefully we don't have to pull 200. Hopefully we don't have to pull 200. I don't think so. Obviously we're not that deep into Mercy, but I don't want to go into Mercy for this. So let's see what happens here. Got some good epics there. Siege Hulk's actually pretty good. Hits pretty good. Shows up in the Centranos quite a bit. Nope, nothing so far. Gal cut. No thanks. Rock Breaker. Good for faction wars if you got no other options. All right, let's go. Lots of food. Lots of food. Let's see what we get. So for Summon Rush, it doesn't matter the the quality that you pull. It's just the quality of the shard. Yeah, Ancients aren't worth a lot, but for this extra legendary event, we'll take a shot here. Not good. Not good. Obviously, still want epics and stuff. We still can empower epics. Still a 4-star chicken. It's a bad epic, for example. Going deep. Going deep. Let's go. Come on. Don't make me hit Mercy, please. Please. Game. Please, game. This is the reality, guys. This is the reality. Pulling off 2x. Only 0.5% chance. Get into Mercy, I guess. Ugh, pain. Karam. Why? Although not really any epics gonna excite me. There we go. Hey, we got it. Hey, Kyoku. Look at this trash, guys. Look at this trash, guys. We actually hit the 15x progressive event. Kyoku, welcome aboard. She's gonna go right into the faction guardians for this account, so that works out really, really well. We got King Garog here. He was buffed up at some point, and he's actually not too bad. As a damage dealer, he can do a decent amount of damage. He's got an A1 here, double hit. He's got a chance to stun. He's got this quad hit here, ignore defense. Pretty nice, actually. Pretty nice, actually. And then he's got an AoE here, ignore defense again, with further ignore defense. He has pretty good base attack. And then he has a stat boosting passive here. He hits pretty good, but that's kind of all he does. And there's lots of champions that can hit pretty good. He doesn't really bring anything else to the table. Maybe if he could break through Stone Skin or something, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, he's just a hard hitter at this point. But he's also Affinity, Force Affinity. He's not Void Affinity or anything like that. But yeah, Kyoku, we got her 15x, unbelievable. I think it's only like 7% chance of getting the non-void progressives. But yeah, we'll slot her in right there. Boom, 30 accuracy for all of our Shadowkin. Feels good, man. How about King Garog? Okay, King Garog's not going to be... He is our second King Garog, so we could basically, I guess, free up our attack. Yeah, we got quite a bit of orcs. Free him up right there. And yeah, all right. Let's see how many points we got there on this account. We'll keep pulling, though. Pull 20, so... No, sorry, 20 points. So we pulled 110. Not too bad. Not too bad, to be honest. 110. Let's see. How much to max this out? So we need 6,800. So we'll pull for 65. We need 7,800. So we'll pull to 7,500, which is 15. So we'll pull 15 sacred shards and I think 300 mystery shards, and then we'll finish off all of this summoning rush. Not too bad. So we'll go for 15 here. Yeah, like I said, we got 58, so plenty to play with here. We just hit our 15x. Which one do we want now? Maybe Gaius? I don't have Gaius. I have every one of these ones. Snick Tracks in a faction that's already filled up. Island, same thing. Kira? Let me check. Never mind. My dwarves already filled up. So I guess we go for Gaius. I don't have Gaius, so I think we just start building up the Knight Revs. Could also go for more Kyoku, but let's go for Gaius. Something new. Let's go for Gaius. All right, let's go. 15 sacred shards, so we'll pull down to 43. Let's go. 6% chance, no boost or anything, so it feels kind of bad, but that's okay. We get some pretty good rewards here from the Summon Rush. And we got plenty of sacreds to play with on this account. Lots of epics. Ugo, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Not sure what our Mercy is on sacreds, but nothing going on so far. Rockbreaker again. Not too bad for faction wars. Seems like dwarves have some pretty good options nowadays anyways. Mordecai, really, really good. Especially starter account. Make some space first. Actually, probably just buy some space here. 20 million silver. All right, you're doing me dirty, but there you go. 20 million silver. We'll spend 100 mil here. Luxuries of having a billion silver, I guess. All right. Pulling. No thanks. These rates, guy, killing me. These rates killing me here. 6%. How deep are we into Mercy on the Sacreds? We're at 11. Okay, so not that deep, not that deep, but still. Got some gold here, guys. Rockbreaker again. Of all the epics, how come I'm getting so many Rockbreakers? 5 left. 5 Sacreds left. Imagine we don't pull anything. Sets us up pretty good for a 1+1. 1+1 Sacred, I guess. 3 more Sacreds to go. Basilisk or Jarang? This one's Jarang, not Basilisk. Ooh. Savage. This is savage right now. I think this is our last one. Ooh. Crunch. He's one of the few bombers for this faction. So we got 43. Wow, we actually pulled 15 Sacred Shards without a single Lego. That hurts big time. I mean, I don't know who you are. Doesn't matter who you are, actually. It still hurts. But yeah, we're going to scoop up all these rewards. Then we're going to pick up this big stone. And yeah, we'll have a pretty good setup for a 1+1 if that ever comes. We are currently 17 sacreds into Mercy. So for this account, set up pretty good for a 1+1, I guess. But yeah, pretty unfortunate that we did not pull anything. No gold on this account. Let's go over to the main account and hopefully our luck changes over there. All right, guys, we are on the main account here and we will be doing the same strategy. We will be maxing out the Summon Rush. I am going for Greycoat's Turn Drake in the Deck of Fate. So the big stone here is going to help a little bit. I do have some gems, so if we need some ancient shards, we can top up a little bit here. We got 133 ancient shards. And we got 23 sacred shards. Now, the sacred shards in this account is not as staggering as my alt account. So I do have to be a little bit mindful of how many sacred shards we carry over in the coming weeks. Ideally, you know, it leaves us with like 10 or so. 10 sacred shards will be plenty to handle any events. If you're endgame free to play and you're farming Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss and Nightmare Clan Boss daily, getting 4 chests a day, you're expected to get about 10 sacred shards a month. So yeah, it'll come back, no problem. Let's jump into the ancient shards here. We're gonna be picking Snicktrax because if we pull a Snicktrax, he's gonna be the last slot for our faction guardians for the skinwalkers. That would be huge, giving me 10 speed on my skinwalkers. I love that. Mercy, probably pretty fresh. Obviously, you know, you guys gotta pull shards based on what your account level progress is. Don't just pull shards you know, for no reason. If you guys are close to Mercy, it's a good time to pull shards. If you guys are, you know, struggling to complete the fusion, don't pull shards. You know what I mean? Make sure you don't jeopardize the important stuff for these type of shard events. So anyways, let's jump into this. Best of luck. Maybe we get lucky, but then that means we don't get lucky because we have to pull the sacred shards. I don't know. Ideally, we probably just pull a bunch of ancient shards and then we'll finish it up with the sacred shards. But definitely don't want to pull all my sacred shards. I want to leave some of them at least. All right, let's go. Got a bunch of blues so far. Ugh, so many blues. Food's okay. I mean, we don't mind the food, but like, yeah, a lot of blues here. Ugh, another blue tax. Come on, let's go. Make it worth it. Non-voids. What am I looking for? Furo. Still a dream. Furo is still a dream, guys. Okay, let's make some space. All right, we're back making some space. Let's keep pulling. Come on. Let's go. 0.5% chance at a Lego. Do we have to reach Mercy? Come on. Don't do this to us. It's a gamble, of course, right? We're gambling here. Lure, one of the best epics in the game, at least in the beginning. Still relevant in some late game content, Dark Fae and stuff. Come on. Only 0.5% chance. Go. Lots of blues. Hate to see it. Blackhorn. Not too sure what this one does. What does this one even do? Let's see. Decrease speed. Pretty good. Low chance. Ally protection counterattack. AoE provoke on a 4 turn with reflect. Never seen this guy. I think he was part of Fusion before. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Come on. Come on. Don't make us go to Mercy. Come on. Let's go. More blues, more food, more food. We do have a training tournament, so food's going to be useful. Deacon Armstrong, excellent, excellent epic. I think my Deacon's +4. I'm not too sure, but definitely good for a +4. There we go. Got it pretty early, so Knave of Hearts. Knave of Hearts. Do I have a Knave of Hearts? Interesting. Knave of Hearts. So this guy was a feature, well, he was a feature champion for the Alice campaign earlier in the year. He was probably the worst one of the bunch, but he's actually not bad, right? He's actually pretty good in some areas. An A1 double hit provoke. He's got an AoE, kind of a strip, continuous heal, unkillable, and taunt. It's on 3 turns, so it's very, very good to cycle back and just be super annoying. And then he has this health swap with this heal reduction. So he swaps your health, puts heal reduction on you. So then it kind of just shuts you down. And then he equalizes the HP of all your allies. And then he plays this increased defense too. I mean, it's totally a fine ability. His passive also is very decent as well. It restores all destroy max HP. And then when attack destroy the attacker's max HP at 20% of the damage received. This guy would absolutely crush the Scarab King if you had him. But, you know, just generally, he's not bad as a kind of like a support champion. I think he's new. I think he's new for me. So happy to have him. Elder Scar, I have lots of this guy. Funny fact, I think this guy was the first legendary I've ever pulled on any of my accounts. So he was one of the first ones. I wasn't super happy with him, just mainly because I didn't really know what to do with him. But in the end, this guy was super critical to a very tough piece of progression content that I was going through. I couldn't beat Spider 19 back in the day. And Spider 19, if you guys have been playing that long, Spider 19 was a big roadblock for everybody because it was Force Affinity. And when you were starting off the game, usually you pick the Magic Affinity starters, so Kale or Elhain. In my case, I picked Elhain. And then most of your champions that I acquired were Magic, so it had really tough time against Spider 19. And Elder Scar actually has a HP burn here that didn't require books or anything like that. And the HP burn was the one that pushed me over the hump to get through Spider 19. And then I can focus on Spider 20 for the Arbiter missions. So Elder Scar, a special place in my heart for this guy. But we pick up another copy of him. Let's just double check here. We pulled 130 shards. 130 shards. I think that's still relatively reasonable for 2 Legos. Not the best deal, but it's not too bad. It could have been way worse, I think. Let's just double check the faction guardians here. Yeah, Elder Scar, it's my second one, so I could relieve, I don't know, leave somebody's spot here. Let's go Sill the Drakes, I guess. We could relieve somebody here. Elder Scar, there you go. I don't like, would you guys commission this? Like, what do you guys think about this commission feature? I think it's total bullcrap. I think it's just there just to basically catch people that are unaware, and then you would just salvage your champion. Like, you would lose your blessing, mastery, books, everything. Why would you do that? Like, just to save a couple spots in your stash? It makes no sense. And I'm just gonna double check if I did actually have the Knave of Hearts. I don't think I did. Knave of Hearts is, oh yeah, it's an undead. Knave of Hearts. There we go. Knave of Hearts is new. Welcome aboard. I think he's unique enough that he could be kind of useful. Knave of Hearts. Yeah. Yep. He's not a dupe or anything. Would have loved the plus 10 speed there to finish it up. But we're not done yet, guys. We got more to pull. We're going to max out this summon rush here. We pulled 2,400 shards for the ancients. So that's only 120. So we pulled 120 shards. And we need 7,600. So that's going to leave us with pulling 75 and then 100 mystery shards. So we're going to pull 15 sacred shards here. We're going to go down to 8 sacred shards. I think that's still plenty for, future content in the next week or two. So no issues there from me. We're going to go for Snick Tracks again for the 10 speed from the Faction Guardians. We're going to pull down to 8. Best of luck to me. I think Mercy is still relatively low, so 6% chance at Lego here. Morag, really, really good. Found some value in Centranos and all that. AoE strengthen and the ally attack. Pretty good. Not crazy, but still pretty okay. Lady Quillen, piece for the Mikage puzzle if you guys need her, I guess. I finished Mikage pretty quickly after it first came out. There we go. We got gold relatively early, and we got Kreela popping in. This is probably the champion that I pulled the most of on my accounts. I think I have 4 copies of Kreela, so I could make. I think this might be like my 5th one, maybe. So I can make a +4 Kreela. You guys can't say that free to play can't get +4 champions, right? Let's just double check Kreela here. Yeah, let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, I can make a +4 Kreela, guys. Oh my god, world's strongest free to play Kreela incoming video, right? Definitely not a champion that I want to see again and again. But hey, we got gold. We're happy with 6%. Our alt pulled 15 and didn't get a single gold, which freaking sucks. So, it is what it is. There's so much crap in the pool now, and obviously I've been playing for a long time, so I have a lot of these champions already. I'm gonna keep pulling here. I think we got 9 left to go. Maybe we can walk away with 1 more. That would be nice. We need more capacity. Let's go. All right, we got 8 sacreds left to go. Can we get Snick Tracks for +10 speed? Let's go. Come on, Snick Tracks, +10 speed. Catacomb Counselor, if you need an ally attack champion, or Faction Wars hard, I guess. If you don't have Necrit, I guess. There we go. Let's go. Come on. 6 more to go. Can we get 1 more? Walk away with 1 more? 1 more gold? Old Hermit Jord. Actually, not too bad, right? Brings the revive here. It's actually a pretty good champion for the Oryx faction. Especially if you're going through the Faction Wars. Lady Quillen again. Okay. 4 more to pull here. Come on. Oh, we got gold again. Here we go. Oh, Sato. Come on, man. Sato? Yeah, Sato, Sato's actually based off a real person. I forgot what he was. He's a content creator or something. He's a content creator, but he was one of the first champions in the game based off of a character that they pulled from real life. Like, obviously, like, the login champions we're familiar with, like Ninja and Alexander a Sharpshooter. They're based off of real people and stuff like that. But Sato is one of the earlier ones as well. This was before Shadowkin was introduced, so if you guys were not playing at that time, there was no Shadowkin at that time when Sato was entered into the game. Obviously, he looks like a Shadowkin. And I think they already had the idea of the Shadowkin faction when he was introduced. But it wasn't out yet. So anyways, they put him in the Undead, which feels kind of meh. At this point, they should probably bring back like a live Sato and then just call him like Samurai Sato or something, and then bring like a real, like the living version of him back to the Shadowkin. Why not, right? But anyways, his aesthetics looks pretty cool. But I feel like, all the Shadowkins have similar aesthetics, right? They have swords, they got the cool armor and stuff. He is part of the Undead. I'm just gonna double check the empowerment, or the Faction Guardians here. My Undead is full, and he is my 4th Sato pulled ever. So there you go, man. World's strongest Sato coming up. Let's go. Anyways, we got 3 more Sacred Shards to go. Let's see if we can get lucky here for 25x on Snick Tracks for 10 speed. That's pretty much what we're going for here. 10 speed on the Skinwalkers. Can we do it? Froggy, excellent, excellent epic, especially for Clan Boss early on. Last Sacred Shard for the session here, and nope. But you know what? We got 2 Legos from 15 Sacred Shards on a non-2x boost. I think that's a win. My shards are pretty low, guys. Pretty low shards heading into the Champion Chase, but Champion Chase is pretty easy to do with fragments. I will have Draco turn Drake to pull as well, so that's going to be an extra 500 points. And then we'll have some remnants and stuff as well for a Champion Chase. So we actually pulled quite a bit of legendaries on this account. From all of that, we pulled Knave of Hearts, a Elder Scarg, Sato, and Kreela. We pulled 4 Legos, and honestly, all of them don't do anything for me. Like, they don't do anything. Knave of Hearts is new, but he's not going to do anything for me. Obviously, my account is very, very old. But you know, we pulled 4 Legos, maxed out the summon rush. We got a boatload of resources, which is great. Obviously, the biggest resource for us is the relics, mythical books, and then the big stone here. I mean, you know, if you're an endgame player, these are pretty good endgame rewards, right? So obviously looking for like the big essences would have been nice, but we don't get any of those. And yeah, I don't often max out these summon rushes. I like to be more conservative with the shards a little bit. But yeah, obviously you make your own judgment based on your own account. If you're like low spender or free to play, you're not going to be maxing these out very often. You pick and choose your spots. So anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys pulled something cool for yourselves during this summon rush. Let me know if you're actually going for this summon rush and how you guys are doing for the Titus Fusion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys in the next video.